I do not own Biker Mice from Mars, Initial D, or any of its characters. No money was made from this production. Biker Mice from Mars belongs to Rick Unger, and Initial D belongs to Suichi Shigeno. Biker Mice from Mars, Mountain Drift. Chapter 6, East Meets West. Later, during the next day, Takumi walked off the plane and into the airport with his father and company. When he saw Boise and its surroundings from the plane, he was intrigued. This was nothing compared to that. The valley itself was part of a high desert plain, and a river ran straight through the city. Nevertheless, it was a long and boring flight. Itsuki yawned, walking next to Takumi, Mika, and Yukatani. Takumi turned around and saw Keisuke Takahashi with his older brother, Ryosuke.
Keisuke? Ryosuke?
He exclaimed.
I didn't expect to see you here. Well, after all that you told us about this pen pal of yours, we wanted to see it for ourselves.
Ryosuke replied.
We also had our cars shipped here just so we don't get bored.
Keisuke replied.
There's gotta be some good racing around here somewhere.
Well, it's good to see you both,
Takumi said.
Speaking of Manuel, he said he'd be waiting for us here. Yeah, and I think we've found him.
Iketani then pointed out someone holding a sign written in both English and Japanese, reading Fujiwara. It was Manuel. He was not paying attention when Takumi walked up. He was looking at his phone. Takumi walked up.
Manuel Vernandez?
Manuel snapped back to reality. Huh? Oh, Takumi! He put away his phone and slapped him a high five. Good to see you! How was your flight?
Not too bad,
Takumi replied.
Itsuki slept most of the way.
He then proceeded to introduce Manuel to everyone else, including the Takahashi brothers. Manuel raised an eyebrow at the Takahashi brothers. So you are the leaders of the Red Suns. Takumi's told me a lot about you.
I'm sure he has,
Ryosuke said as they walked out to the airport parking lot. Okay, well, enough about that. Do you guys need a cab? I doubt we can all ride in my CR-X.
It's covered,
Bunta said. Manuel then saw something he didn't expect as they stopped walking. Takumi's Trueno 86 was parked in one of the spots, and not far off was the Takahashi's Mazdas.
Had to have delivered,
Bunta explained.
As I'm sure the Takahashi brothers had theirs delivered.
So, I guess you won't need a cab, Manuel said. Well, I'd better get my car. Bunta then got a look in his eye.
Takumi, why don't you ride with Manuel? Tell me how he drives.
Takumi looked a little surprised.
Okay, Dad.
He walked with Manuel over to the other side of the parking lot. Manuel and Takumi walked up to his blue and black CR-X. Manuel popped open the front hood, and Takumi was surprised. There was no engine in the front.
What the? Where's the engine?
Takumi exclaimed. It's in the back, amidships, Manuel said, folding up the paper sign and putting it into the space.
Whoa, wait! You're telling me this is a mid-engine CR-X?
Takumi asked, surprised.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, it is custom built, Manuel said. He popped open the back boot, then opened a panel where the engine was located, looking over the V16A turbo engine he had built, and smiled.
My God, man. This must have taken a lot of work,
Takumi said. It did, but it was so worth it to wipe that smug look off the LA Street Kings' faces, Manuel replied.
The Street Kings? Takumi asked. A racing group I once met at Bogus. Very obnoxious, Manuel explained, shutting the panel and boot. Not sure what they're doing these days. Sounds a lot like the Emperor team, Takumi said as they got in. Any other teams worth mentioning? Well, there are the local Bogus Broncos, named after the local football team. They race regularly. That's the group ran by my friend Bob Sampson. Takumi buckled his seatbelt. I see. As Manuel started the car, he asked Takumi a surprising question. Takumi, do you believe in aliens? Aliens? Well, I've never really thought about it, Takumi answered, the question catching him off guard. Manuel then put the car in gear and drove off, the 8.6 close behind. He was wondering how he would explain Throttle to Takumi.